Hey, welcome back. My name is Brunel and I hope that you find today's video enjoyable and useful. If you do, yeah. If you don't, yeah, never mind. So without further ado, let's get into this video. It's a very quick one, a quick review about one of the items I purchased recently. If you saw my last video, which was the makeup haul, then the item was in there, and it is this baby here. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Givenchy. 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 Anyway, it is Mr. Matte, the primer from Givenchy. When I looked online, it did say that it was going to give a velvet finish that will last all day. I'm looking through the notes here, that it was a smoothing and it should last all day. And what was useful about it and interesting was that you could add it to your foundation, liquid foundation, whilst you are applying your makeup to help with the longevity of your makeup. So I saw that and I thought, great. As I said earlier, I'm an extremely oily person, as you can see here with this shine of the beacon that's on my face. So I need all the help I can get. So if you're like me out there, you're not alone. You are not alone. I am with you. That's part of a song, isn't it? Never mind. So with that, I bought the primer and I decided to give it a try. Now, I didn't film earlier when I applied it, but I put the primer around 11:30 and I left it for about 10 minutes to settle into my skin. So I've had it since then, and the time now is 18 minutes past 4. It's been probably about 25 degrees or thereabout, 24, 25 degrees thereabout. So hot enough for me to test the item. And to be honest, I've had to blot since then, probably at least 3 or 4 times I've had to blot. So for me, as an extremely oily person, this really doesn't do, it's not that fantastic for me. Nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't work when it comes to mattifying. Now, as I said, I'm an extremely oily person. So if you're kind of oily just in certain particular areas like your nose and so on, this might actually be fantastic for you. It is oil free, and it is true that it does give a velvet touch to your skin, and that part is very true, and I liked that very much. But the fact that I've had to blot so often within the last few hours, it doesn't really work for me. The whole purpose of my getting there is because I wanted to have the maximum effect of mattification there is, and it's not providing that for me. I have got another primer that I use, which is the Becca Evermatte Poreless one, which for me is fantastic. The only thing about that is you have to take your time when you're applying that primer, because you literally have to put it at the tips of your fingers, rub away until it almost disappears, and then you've got to dab it onto your skin. So I have to start from there and make sure that the whole face is covered. But it does work for me. I tested it out about 2 weeks ago. At some point it was very, very, very hot, especially in the car, about 34 degrees. So I really tested it out during the day, and it took about between 4 and 5 hours before I had to actually blot, and even then it was only on the nose. So just in case you haven't tried it, but most people have heard of it, but if you're very, very oily, extremely oily, and you haven't tried it, and you've tried many others, even the Makeup Forever one, which is fine, but exactly about 3 hours afterwards I find myself blotting, then try the Becca one. But going back to this particular item here, it is soft, it is velvety, but as an extremely oily person, this may not be the best thing for you. But if you want to go out and try it out, fair enough. It was at £28, but that's that. So I have nothing bad particularly to say about it, except for the fact that it didn't do what I expected it to do. Maybe I expected far too much of it, because I was really looking forward to trying this and hoping that it works and helps mattify my makeup. But having blotted at least 3 times since I put the makeup on, about 11:30 to 12 o'clock, to me that's not longevity. Really, it isn't. So I hope that you found this review useful, and I can't talk as usual. Nothing unusual there. And by the way, these rings are from good old Primark, and they're all part of a set all together, and I think they're £4, and it comes to about 4 or 5 rings in there. Very cute. So if you're interested, I'm sure they are available. And that's it, and I hope I'll talk to you soon. So for now, bye.